and another time you felt very close to God. Great. So, if all these great experiences could be represented by color, what color would they be?
Blue.
And if a symbol could represent them, what symbol would represent them best?
Peace.
And if a sound could capture them, what sound would capture them
That's the sound.
Oh, it's an exhale. Okay. An exhale and a ha, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if a smell could capture them, what smell would capture them best?
Honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle. Love that. Cool beans. Okay, cool. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to take my finger off of your resource anchor, take that off, and I'm going to ask you to go into that memory. But before we even go there, I want you to know that when I ask you to imagine the memory, the way I'm going to ask you to imagine, I want you to imagine it with the full power of one-pointed, focused imagination. That's your job. Does that make sense?
My job is to imagine with the full focus of my power.
That's exactly right. You willing?
I am.
So this is a one-time event that happened, correct?
Correct.
Very good. And it happened some odd years ago when we were in your 20s. So what I'm going to ask you to do is go into that memory. I want you to see the pictures. I want you to hear any sounds associated with it. Most importantly, I want you to bring up the feelings, the negative feelings, and hold on to them. And when you're at the peak of that memory and that state, nod your head. But I want you to feel as bad as you can feel now. Follow my finger with your eyes. Continue to see the memory. Keep your head still. Continue to see the memory. Hear what was said or any sounds. Very important you hold on to the feelings. See any faces or images in the memory. Continue to stay with the memory and move your eyes. Hold on to the feelings, see the images, hear any sounds, and feel the feelings. With the power of one-pointed imagination, I'm going to ask you to imagine the entire memory turning blue. Entire memory turns blue down to the DNA and the cellular quality of every object in the memory all turns blue. With the power of your imagination, bolt on top of the surface of the memory billions of peace symbols. Permanently affixed, non-removable. Hear the sound of and smell honeysuckle. Continue to see the memory as best you can. Turn the memory blue again, down to the molecular aspects of the memory. Everything turns blue. One pointed focus, everything turns blue. Bolt on another billion peace symbols, permanently affixed, non-removable. Hear the sound of a and smell acres of blooming honeysuckle. Okay, let's check it out. Take a breath, and when you're ready, take another one. I want you to look at that memory and just tell me visually what it looks like.
Willy Wonka, Oompa Loompa combination with a Smurf. Yeah.
Okay. Now go back to the memory, because that's what a visual looks like. Go back to the memory and make yourself feel bad about it. And then I'm going to explain to you how this happens. Go back to the memory, make yourself feel bad.
Can't get past the Oompa Loompa.
Really try to make yourself feel bad like you did before. How many of you over on this side saw the trauma? Trauma was big. Her hands started to shake and tighten up, and she was trying to contain the tears. That was a big one, wasn't it? How long did that take us?
4 minutes.
Thank you.
How long did you carry that?
Decades.
How did it affect your life?
Just a shadowy presence through every decision that I've made.
And what is your life going to be like now that you don't emotionally feel it any longer?
Lighter.
How will that affect you, young man?
I'm not sure I know which incident this is.
Good, it's content free.
Predated him, yes.
Okay, now they probably don't literally believe what just happened. I know what happened because I saw it all happen. But can you tell them what it actually looks like to you and verify you're not a plant?
What the memory
What
looks
the
like
memory
to me?
looks like and the impact it's having on you emotionally when you try to garnish it back up again.
It's something it's very difficult to do for yourself, you know. So it's something I've attempted to do for a very long time because I have the mental capacity, I have the emotional capacity, but you know, to hear you place the label that I gave you, you asked me for the emotional attachment, and to hear that placed on it, it literally like separates it from me. Because I've known intellectually that it's separated from me all these years.
It's about emotional.
But to attach the emotion to it, and honestly, again, to be able to see these individuals that falsely accuse me as characters in a Willy Wonka movie was, and then, you know, peace symbols and the smells and the literal exhale is, you know, again, it's the power of emotions over intellect. So
Now here's the deal. This is permanent. You think, oh, she's just had this nice little imaginary trip that she's done, and that's what it is. She will go home, she'll get in her car, and she will attempt to go back to this memory and try to resurrect it, and she will be unable to do it. This is a permanent intervention, takes 4 minutes, takes a core significant event that's been like a dark shadow through her life, and I would probably say has affected your happiness, your performance, and your ability to get out there and kick ass. Yes or no?
at my highest level, yes.
So when we are able to go in and do change personal history in 4 minutes and have the change be permanent, would that not be a skill that you would want to give your people and yourself if you're going to be a congruent, consistent leader that is not driven by old, outdated emotional patterns that cause you to over-respond because you have unresolved emotions hanging out behind you that drives you to be reactive instead of proactive? I don't know. Do you think 4 minutes is enough of an investment that you'd be willing to make so you could be a congruent, consistent leader? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let's give her a big hand.